Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3 with Theodore Remington. Well, last time we went down into the depths of the Mind Flayer colony, faced off against, we confronted the Absolute, which turned out to be a giant elder brain with some sort of magic-y crown on top of its head. And it's being controlled by Chosen of the Dead 3, Bal, Bane and Merkel. And two of them left. Ketheric as champion of Merkel stayed. We fought him. Merkel popped up, well, an avatar of him, and got into a scrap there. We narrowly beat him. And yeah, that was the end of that. Victory for us. What does our party have to say about it?
Ketheric's defeated, but my father is taken. Onto the gate.
Oh yeah, that was
tear
also
him out of the Absolute's grasp.
Yeah, that was also an issue. And Gale?
The brain. That was the heart of the Absolute?
I think that was the Absolute. Anyways, there is a desk here with a bunch of notes on it. So we should probably read up on the enemy's plans.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Jaheira, do you have anything to say?
There is much to discuss. But we need not do it in this rotting place.
Yeah, it probably stinks really badly here. Dictated to scribe Ianthus by Emperor Gortash, who is the champion of Bane, apparently. The grand design is the Mind Flayer species-wide ambition to return to the days of their conquering greatness through an act of sudden Ceramorphobus, giving the Elder Brain in overall command of an impeccable army of illithid slave warriors with which to defeat all their old enemies, humans and humanoid Githyanki and Ulithralit. I mean, technically, Ulithralit is not really an enemy of the Mind Flayers themselves. It's more like, yeah, they are more independent they're not under the Elder Brain's control. So I guess they don't want any division inside. Of course, this delusional madness, megalomania on a this is delusional madness, megalomania on a cosmic level, and I know just how to turn it to our purposes. We're going to help the Mind Flayers enact their grand design, but only in a way that suits us. The Illithids shall have their crusade to enslave, but they will be acting in turn as our slaves, and we shall determine how, when, and where the great Illithid outbreak. To be precise, I, Gortash, will determine these things, as commanding the grand design is clearly a Baneite task. So he's saying. And let's grab the book as well. We just pick up every book we read. Right, next one. The Absolute's End. Underneath this book concerning the cult of the Absolute and the dangers it represents is scrawled this response to the text. This hastily written drivel, admittedly well-intentioned, its author is clearly fizzing with a fear of the Absolute. The problem is that they conflate the rise of the cult with other things like heat death of the universe, the resurrection of one-eyed Vecna the Lich, proliferation of necromantic excesses, and even the withering of some important fruits from Chult. This person needs a glass of water and lie down. Okay. That's not that helpful then, actually. And yeah, these
Seems
are just
simple
invasion
enough.
plans. And several body parts. I don't think we need to take those. Map of the Sword Coast with a sea of moving ice just north of Arms. Including several near archipelagos of the Sword Coast. Sea of Swords. Yeah. I don't think an iron candelabrum is going to be worth much.
With haste.
Now, we are actually, as said, leveled up, so we should maybe go and see about leveling up. Now, for Teodor, I think he is going to go with the next level of Cleric. Yeah, level 5 Cleric. So, Destroy on that, that's quite a good rogue. And now we have, yes, Revivify, which is very good in the fight. Slow, could be good, and Speak with that, we already have that, so that's kind of pointless. But yeah, let us... We have this many prepared spells. We could probably throw out Blessing and add Revivify to it. That way we at least have a way with Teodor to get people back. And this is a bonus action. It's actually quite nice. We might actually replace Cure Wounds, as we don't really use it that much, with Move Curse could also be important. Let's do just Healing Word, Mass Healing Word. In case people go down in combat. Right, Gale. So he gets more damage. I wonder what the wizards get at level 6. I'll have to actually research that. One moment. Alright, no, I looked into it. The wizard, evocation wizard level 6 ability is the ability that when you cast a cantrip and the enemy saves against that cantrip, they still take like half damage. But the problem honestly is there aren't that many cantrips that actually have a saving throw for wizards or for sorcerers. So this honestly is not that good when compared to the sorcerer that gets resistant to lightning and thunder damage. That's very nice. That's just a straight up plus. And yeah, when you cast a level 1 or higher lightning and thunder damage, you cause a local storm which does damage against all enemies in the area, which is somewhat nice. It's not the greatest, but it's somewhat nice. So we'll stick with Sorcerer. Now, question is, what spell do we take? As I said, Sorcerer should be like things without attack rolls or saving throw, because his charisma is not super great compared to his intelligence. We require intelligence for our attacks. So we're going to stick with that one. So it's Daylight, that's sort of not useful. Blink, I am sort of doubting on that one. Could also take Flying, but I also feel that's not that useful. Haste could be an option. I think honestly Haste is what we saw with Jaheira just now. Yeah, that's a good spell. That's really good. We have that always prepared, that's nice. And there's no saving throw or anything for it, so that is good. That's a good buff. Just take Haste there, and this will be fine. Right, so Aura of Protection grants +0 saving throw. How is that useful? I am confused by this. Let's actually read, maybe. Why would it be +0? What do you have used? I think that's a bug of some kind. So it's either continuing on with good old paladins here, or continuing to Warlock. Now Warlocks gets the kind of extra attack, but we already kind of have that with Paladin. Honestly, I am thinking of maybe reversing his Paladin levels to making it less. Because yes, this already gives that. Though, since he actually got out of his pact right now, it does make sense that he actually keeps going on Paladin route. So let's do that actually. So we will stick with that. And prepared spells. Yeah, he can take level 2 spells, so he should. We can probably throw out. I like him having at least one healing spell. This is not so great. We have better means to do fire damage. Honestly, magic weapon might be. It requires concentration though. We have other spells we can concentrate on. Also, yeah, in case of emergency, do lesser restoration. That's nice enough. Honestly, those spell slots are more for just smiting. And Jaheira doesn't really matter that much. We can already look at the level 5 spells, but we're going to be rebuilding her a lot. So, from what I see, Arctic here is the only kind of class that provides a spell that druids can't already cast by themselves. Because these are all spells that druids already have. Cloud Kill they don't have though. That's nice enough. But I don't feel her as Underdarky. Arctic is fine. Let's give her an ice spell. No, I really need to refurbish this, because this makes no sense what's prepared right now. But it doesn't matter, we're not going to get into combat, and as said, we're going to be rebuilding Jaheira. If she stays with us, of
what
course.
now?
Right,
Never wanted the
let's
easy
get out of
path.
this rotting place and actually do some talks.
It's like I'm spent. I should unwind.
Well, that is the plan.
There are important matters to discuss.
I had to look after him.
Okay, lots of people wanting to talk to me, as kind of expected. Let's go speak with Withers.
A curse lifted. The dead three allied once more. The balance shifts.
Really?
There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed.
I don't like to be a plumber.
Consider, mortal.
Do
Do
this
illithids
can be
possess
impressive.
souls?
I'm not sure, don't all living things?
No. Nor canst thou count mind flayers among them.
Okay.
Yet, the three amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer.
Probably to kill other people that do have
Till
souls.
such time, be availed of my services.
That's awfully cryptic there, Withers. Speak plainly, isn't there more you can tell me?
No.
You seem awful lot about these dead three, though.
Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished, as one and as three. The alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder.
That's very dramatic there, Withers. Why are you here?
Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold.
Really? A little bit sus.
Right, let's chat with, let's see. I suppose Dame Aelin, as she got out of there.
Aelin!
Oh,
Isabel!
oh, she can do that?
Love! You were dead. I saw your body.
Well, that was what Ketheric was screaming about.
And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer.
I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo.
I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead.
His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right?
She looks alright.
I will be.
You don't.
And you?
In this moment, I want for nothing.
Oh, that's very romantic. Whee!
There you are. This is Aelin.
We have met.
Aelin, this is...
Oh, but we have met.
Yes.
This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father.
May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I
Bloody well
knew.
have to stay dead.
And we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later?
Did I hear you correctly before that you are Ketheric's daughter? Though that was kind of obvious.
I am. And I'm glad he's dead. But this is precisely what I want to speak to you about later. It'll keep. I promise.
Alright, fine. I'll see you at my camp. Also, Shadowheart wants to have a word with Aelin.
Very good. We look forward to it.
Now, you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
Aelin! We'll see you later.
Right, enjoy the hot sex.
Okay, who else do we have?
Thanks for watching out for me. You lot could have tossed me back in the shadows.
You're one
Okay.
of us.
Oh, cool.
No fist left behind.
I'm glad that's still the case.
Alright, let's have a word here.
When Duke Elton formed the Flaming Fist, he sought out people of courage and honor to fill its ranks. You saved Daniel,
Yep.
lifted the curse, and killed an immortal. It's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant.
Well, if something bleeds, you can kill it. It's a standard one.
I don't think Teodor has that bad of an opinion of the Flaming Fist. This could be interesting.
I grew up hearing stories of Duke Elton. I'm curious what he was like.
Gruff and intimidating. But he had the courage of 10 men, and the love for Baldur's Gate few could match. I don't know if this Duke Ravengard is the same, but I will say this. The Flaming Fist are the cornerstone of the city, and the Dukes are its foundation. I hope you can save him, for the good of Baldur's Gate.
Well, that's definitely my plan. What about you?
When this land fell to the curse, I should have gone with it. Daniel is the only reason I survived. It's only fair I stay here and wait for him to awaken.
And after Daniel awakens?
I don't think there will be an after. The truth is, the Shadowfell broke something inside me. Something no healer can fix. I don't know how long I have, but because of you, Daniel is safe. Because of you, I could help him
music in the
as
background.
he helped me. So, thank you, my friend. And know that I have no regrets.
Okay, that's nice. Speaking of Daniel and all that, let's have a chat with Halsing. And this Flaming Fist, apparently.
You'd make a fine fist.
Yes, I have a very fine fist as well. It can punch really hard.
Just what I need.
I wouldn't have lost.
Daniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him.
What happened to Oliver exactly? Did Daniel absorb him?
No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Daniel to recover. They both lie dormant,
together.
like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish, I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or perhaps in person, if the Oak Father wills it. I hope he does.
So when will this curse actually be lifted then? I thought we already done that.
I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry. All is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready.
And what now? You got what you wanted, after all.
I have. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side.
That's nice. I'm glad to have you.
And I'm glad to be had. Glad to be with you, I mean.
Yes. Glad I could help here, by the way.
I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner.
Let's have him join later in the camp. Right, now for our followers. Gale.
I can't help but feel like I've been fumbling in the dark for too long. And I've just had a lit torch thrust into my hands.
That can be dangerous. Don't burn your hands. You seem to be in a pretty good mood. I thought you'd be more subdued after coming so close to, you know, blowing all of us up.
Indeed. Under other circumstances, I might have been subdued or ashamed. But after what we saw, I must admit, I'm excited.
Oh, good.
The crown! The one the Elder Brain was wearing. The one I very nearly destroyed. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete, that I didn't even recognize it at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power. The ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it.
Back up a little. Why is this crown suddenly so important?
That crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold dear. Understanding its true nature might unlock the means of our victory. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere.
If they were smart about making it, yes.
We'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep. Sorcerer's Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can.
Why would a Baldurian magic shop be the first place we look?
Ha! Sorcerer's Sundries is no mere trading post. It's been serving the arcane community for centuries. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away.
I didn't know we had such
forgive my
fancy
eagerness,
things in our
but
home
if my
city.
suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
Okay, so Gale has a new life goal, so that's a lot less depressing. Good, I think.
Like in there.
Well,
The curse. Gods be damned. With
Yes.
that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure, we're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
Well, that's motivating at least. So, what do you know about this Gortash and Orin?
Orin? I'd never heard tell of. But Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like.
And with the absolute cult with having Ravengard, where will they take him?
Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist, and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them.
That will be a problem. Lastly, Mazur said you would tell about your path of exile. That's a fun game, but tell me more about the whole truth.
Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
I'd give my life if it kept keeping the residents safe.
As would I. And more. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the Cult of the Dragon made its move.
The Cult of the Dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
Cult of the Dragon had infiltrated Baldur's Gate to what end?
To conjure the Dragon Queen and lay waste to Baldur's Gate.
Bastards!
10 days after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened.
All right, show it.
In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. The first of Tiamat's 5 heads. As the maelstrom howls, Mizura's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
Sneaky devils.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city.
It seems like she's awfully interested in the soul, but we can still ask it.
Surely doesn't care. Mazur doesn't give a damn about Baldur's Gate. Why would she want to save it?
She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mazura's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie.
So, if you play Descent into Avernus, this whole story starts making a lot of different sense when you know the background of that adventure. You'll kind of find out what Zariel had intended for the city. But we still need to discover that, so I'll leave it at that.
So sacrificing your soul to save the city was a brave thing to do, if foolish.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed.
Is that how you lost your eye in a battle with the Cult of the Dragon, or was that part of the deal?
It is the one scar I ever bore of it. You were right, of course. The new eye is a sending stone, courtesy of Mazura. She uses it to track my location and call from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her.
What about your father, the Grand Duke?
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mazura had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did.
That's very sad. Anyways, thank you for telling. Bye.
And I'm guessing Jaheira also wants words.
I would not linger in this land over long. But whatever your business, I will aid you if I can.
Okay. Oh, she just stays alone. Okay. Anyone else about here? So quartermaster, so we could start selling some things. Probably will.
Perhaps the Iron Hands could return here in the future.
Hello, Barkus.
There you are. I was wondering where the devil you'd been.
Lots of places. Was preoccupied with defeating Ketheric form, actually.
Who? Oh, right. Well, forget about that, Magungus. We have more important things to worry about. Like Wulbrin.
What about him?
Wulbrin and the Iron Hand gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. They have rune powder, they have motive. We have to stop them.
How can you be so sure?
Because they're a gaggle of vindictive crybabies with no sense of propriety. That is to say, they gabbed about their plans like a geese, and I overheard them. Like a very devious goose.
And this isn't because Wulbrin rejected you.
I'll not deny he wounded me. I cared for Wulbrin. Care for him, really. But he's acting like a true idiot. It isn't the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last. But I won't let him hurt anyone. Or himself.
Well, leave it to me then, Barkus. You've proven you aren't, well, actually, no, that's insulting. He's fairly smart, I think. Seems like we have our hand full in Baldur's Gate, then.
With the sword of justice in one hand and the shield of self-righteousness in the other, we most certainly will. To saving the city. And my fool of a friend.
Okay. Wurgle, Wulbrin, Bungle. Well, we can just talk with Wulbrin.
I owe you an apology.
It's Barker you should apologize for. Your reunion in the last light was strained.
Barkus and I are another matter. I'm dealing with you right now. I saw you as a means to escape, nothing more. But when the sky lit up, when I followed it here, I knew you were behind it. I apologize for not seeing your true worth and for being, quite frankly, rude in Last Light.
A little bit, yes. I can be rude myself sometimes.
Gracious as well as impressive. A fine combination.
Alright, now
And
you're
that's
just flattering
precisely
me.
why I want you by my side in Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm, I
Iron
thought
Hand
it was a
Gnomes
sale
are going
pitch.
to save the city. And you can be part of it.
If you want my help, I'm going to need something to go on.
For guidance in here, I don't think. Well, we probably will be resting, so might as well use all the magic we got. There we go, that was useful.
The plan is what it's always been. To bring the work and innovations of the Iron Hand Gnomes to every corner of the realm.
Well, that's good.
Baldur's Gate is sick. Once the pinnacle of greatness, it's eating itself alive to save itself from starving. Find me in the city. And once you see what it's become, you'll know that I, and I alone, can stop it.
Okay, I don't like that sort of talking.
Do you have anything to...
Ooh, there's a +1 shield here. Crap. That was nice.
We will save Baldur's Gate. I know it.
Nimble and Nichols.
Moonrise has been cleansed. Baldur's Gate is next.
Alright, they all seem happy. Anything else? I think we could probably just return to camp, honestly. We are gonna need to do some, yes, resting and the like. Anything here? No, I think we're good. Right, so
we
let's
leave the heart
go.
of the Absolute alive, thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies.
I already have a lot of allies.
You have the makings of a leader. Your actions have already inspired those around you. Jaheira's wisdom will be an asset to you on the journey ahead. Her harpers, too. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others.
I will need to seek more allies in the city then.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
Okay, well, that's a goal set.
The road to Baldur's Gate is west of the town. If we hurry, we'll arrive before the Absolute's forces.
Well, we won't be hurrying. We will be actually teleporting back to our camp. And apparently I think Jaheira now wants to have a chat. And Karlach, okay. Lots of people want to have a chat, I guess. Let's begin with Karlach.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole,
you knew
the
him.
Absolute. How?
Seems he's a servant of Bane, as Ketheric served Merkel, and the other weird pale chick serves Balls. No crazy one. Who knows what power he's gained since last you knew him?
I'd never have protected a Baneite even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him!
Alright. That can be arranged. But careful, you're burning up, girl.
You bet your ass I am! And I won't stop till that fucker is dead!
Okay, lots of anger there. Old wounds. Jaheira, what do you have to say on this?
I would not linger in this land over long.
Okay, you already
But
sit.
Whatever your business, I will aid you if I can.
Well, we will probably be re-leveling you in between episodes, so we'll be handling that. Let's,
Maybe I need more pockets.
Daniel, Arabella. Yeah, we already spoke with... Knows everything. Does Astarion have much to say? I guess we can just... Too lazy to walk. Hello, Astarion.
I never saw myself as a banisher of shadows before. I was always more of a lurker in, historically.
Still are, bro, my friend, still are.
Yeah, that's sort of same thing we talked about before. Probably should have a chat with Isabel and
I can't believe
Shadowheart.
I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened. What he'd become. By killing him.
A crazed
You set him
fanatic?
free. You set Aelin free. And me.
You and Aiden seem to have a lot of history. What happened?
A great deal. But still, some of the details elude me. Ketheric Thorm was my father. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town...
Seems the tree has fallen far from the
Dame
fruit,
Aelin,
or
daughter
something.
of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight?
I certainly believe you could be starstruck at least.
You sound like my father. But it was more than that. This was no mere attraction. It was love. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then...
That is very natural, yes.
This is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped.
What, he didn't always have the weird, scraggly, rig beard? He'd become a chosen of Merkel, I know that much.
I didn't know that then. But I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land, my home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them, and myself, no matter what.
So why did you lie about who you were?
I did. Who would trust the next of kin of Ketheric Thorm? But I have no more secrets. It's all out in the open now, and with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing, rest. I'm grateful for your help, your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long, but I'm grateful for a safe place to, well, Just to be.
Right, you two enjoy stuff. Aelin?
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer.
Look, can I have your armor? What is it?
Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory.
I'd rather that you didn't. I don't like my bones shaking.
Hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. My mate, most high. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and returned to my embrace. Blessings
Just like
upon
shouting
the
love, doesn't she?
slayer of the wicked one.
Where's the silver light, the moon magic stuff?
Listen to the subtle vibrations of the Moon Maiden thumping within your heart chambers, friend. She works her magic there. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it.
There's still a great deal about you that I don't know.
Pray, ask, and I will tell.
So, you're really a direct daughter of Selûne?
Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory?
Kinda.
There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb.
Will your mother be able to help us fighting against the Death 3 then?
Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together, we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder.
How did you actually get trapped in the Shadowfell then?
Ketheric Thorm, father of my one and only love, enslaver of Dame Aelin.
Are you talking about yourself in the third
Ketheric
person
Thorm
now?
never did trust me, even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel, by her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour, we each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief. And she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of her
Loathsome
either.
advisor Balthazar lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while. But lo, the brute is dead, and we live!
I'm getting the sense she's a multi-class barbarian paladin of some kind at this stage.
Okay, do we actually get like...
The shadows are losing their grip on these lands. Shah can indeed be thwarted. Comforting to know. You wanted something?
Well, yes, I think it's time we talk about the whole Dame Aelin thing.
I'm sorry. It might be best kept until later. I'd be a poor counsel and worse company just now.
Okay. Well, I think with that, we've gone on quite a long time. We'll leave things as they are right now. We've done a lot of talking and such. And join me next time when we'll make camp. We'll probably have re-leveled Jaheira a bit. And yeah, then continue to head out to Baldur's Gate, the next big chapter. So join me for that. Till then, bye-bye.